Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today on the channel we're going to be knocking out some baby back ribs. These are going to be absolutely fantastic. We're going to be cooking them on our Smokin Brothers Premier Vertical. This is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Stay tuned, this is going to be an absolute banger. So what we have here is two loin back ribs sitting in a drip easy tray. We have it in the cutting board formation. We have one that's slightly longer, but they are very similar in meat density. We are going to remove the membrane off the back of these, and the first thing we're going to do is pat these dry. So we'll be okay. We've went ahead and removed the membrane on this one. This one already had the membrane removed. So now we're going to go ahead. This one has a ton of fat in it. We're going to go ahead and kind of trim that out. This one's got a little bit more. As you can see, sometimes the membrane is not as prevalent. You can actually just take your finger and kind of scoop that out. A really fatty rib on the bottom, which is good and bad. Get a knife under there. Today for our seasoning, we're going to go ahead and use just a little bit of apple cider vinegar to get them nice and moist. And today we're going to be using this legendary from Rampage Bbq. This is their Alpha Rub. Really good. I'm really enjoying it. It has been wonderful. It's about good for that side. We're breaking away from our traditional mustard. Get the corners, kind of give this a press. You can use whatever rub you want to use. Does not have to be this. These are just good old eating ribs. We're just going to give them a little. Now I'm not worried about this light stuff. We'll be able to pick that off as the cook goes. Back on with that alpha. I'm going to get the end caps here. Lightly. I believe that man is now on TV. Look at the color that's already producing, guys. It just looks amazing. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cover this up. We're going to put a lid on this. We're going to wait about 20, maybe 20 to 30 minutes till these get nice and sweaty, and then we'll go ahead and put them on the Smokin Brothers. Alright, we have the Smokin Brothers vertical set to 250 degrees. rolling some gorgeous hickory and oak smoke. We're going to go ahead and pull that rack out. Here goes our rib number 1. Going to bunch that in because that's the way we want it to cook. We don't want it stretched out. And there is number 2. Punch that in. We'll go ahead and push her back in, burn my thumb in the process. And we'll go ahead and close this puppy up and start cooking. We're going to go ahead and show you exactly how I know that ribs are ready to wrap. We're going to let some of that lovely blue smoke empty out. We're going to grab one of these and we're going to show you. Right. So you see here, the rub is no longer coming off. That's telltale cell number 1. And if you look on the back, you see these right here. These are not crispy, they're still soft. The bone marrow that's coming out is still soft. So I would say I'm going to give these another probably 20 minutes and we'll go ahead and wrap these. We're going to go ahead and check the other one. This one's a little chunkier. She's a little thicker. Needless to say, we're going to keep on cooking. 20 minutes left and then we'll be wrapping. You're all going to love what we're putting in the wrap. It's absolutely awesome and I'm loving using it. I think we should be done. It's been about 30 minutes longer. And then pop this puppy. Let the smoke out. Oh yeah, these are good to wrap now. We're just now starting to get some moisture popping up on the surface. These are officially ready to wrap. We're just now starting to enter the tenderness level. I can see them starting to, you know, this is now hard. We're starting to get some bubbling in the fat. These are officially ready to wrap. We'll see you at the cutting board. Alright, we have our gorgeous ribs right in front of us. We're going to try something new in a wrap. I'm absolutely loving this Tennessee Red barbecue sauce. This is what we're going to use to wrap. We're going to use that along with a little bit of apple cider vinegar and water. Just going to put a little bit of that in there just for a little bit of thinned out moisture. We're going to go ahead and wrap these down. This is the way I like to wrap them. That's one ready to roll. On the second one, we're going to repeat the process. This is a little thinner one. Give them a little down that side. And we're going to go back in with this just to kind of mellow out a little bit so it's not so spicy for my kids. We're going to go ahead and pull them up like so. Now you could leave it like that. That's fine too. But I am actually going to kind of curl up the corners so they do stay like so. We're going to go ahead and put these back on the pit. We'll see you soon. No temperature adjustment. We're just going to go ahead and open the pit. Get smoked out yet again. We're going to go ahead and pull that same shelf out we're on. We've just got regular old cotton gloves on. We're going to go ahead and start checking for tenderness. That is smoky. Try not to burn yourself. That one's kind of feeling good. We're not quite there yet. We are on the other side, so we're going to go ahead and flip them around. There we go. We'll give this one a rotate. We'll check this one out also. Let's go ahead and give this one a check. Yep, that one's looking actually more done, but not quite. Back in, and in they go. Close, but we're getting there. Let that smoke kind of clear out there. We're going to bust this one out. These ones are feeling real close. I'm going to give these a quick wiggle. We're also going to I don't think these are done yet. I'm going to go ahead and put them back. They are getting there. Let's check the big one. The big one's kind of looking even more done. Yeah, big one's another probably 20 minutes on both, and they'll be done. I can hear my fire starting to rage. Yeah, these are getting tender. 20 minutes, we'll see then. We'll pull them off and start to rest them. Alright, we've went ahead and pulled them off. They both are nice and tender. We're going to go ahead and kind of move this one out the way while we deal with this. We want to go ahead and rotate this around. Wow, look at the color. It looks amazing. Now we're kind of going to foil boat this beast. They smell absolutely phenomenal. We're making like a little canoe. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go in with some phenomenal barbecue sauce from Tuffy Stone. We're going to go ahead and get it all over there. I was going to do raspberry chipotle, but I have to go to work tomorrow, and you all know I have a bad stomach, so that's looking beautiful. We'll go ahead and kind of walk that piece to the side. This is a smaller rack. Smaller rack will fit in here absolutely no problem. It will just tie in with the next one over. We'll make a little boat. It looks absolutely phenomenal again. Talk about squeeze them in. Same sauce again. We get our glaze on there. These look phenomenal. Get a nice glaze, make sure you get the ends. We're going to go ahead and go back on the pit to let these tack up for about half an hour, and when they're done, they're going to go into a rest. We're going to go ahead and take that full size pan, lay it right in there for half an hour. So that sauce get nice and juicy and tacky, and don't they just look absolutely phenomenal? Look at the color. Wow. They just look absolutely wonderful. We're going to let these kind of set up. We're going to shut the pit off. We're going to let that kind of heat burp off of these and the pit, and we're just going to put them back in the pit and let them rest for a full entire hour in the steam. They just look absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to dive into these. They have done one hell of a job on that vertical. That's the first ribs we've cooked on the vertical, and they look phenomenal. They look like they come off an offset. We're going to go ahead and get these things wrapped in foil and get them rested, and then we'll put them back into the vertical to rest them. The Smokin Brothers vertical is turned off. As you can see, we're in the cool down mode. We're just going to go ahead and leave the full-size pan with both racks of ribs in there and let them reabsorb all that moisture. We'll see you back here in about an hour. And just like that, a rack of baby back ribs is finished. We're going to go ahead and pick this up and put it onto the board. We're definitely going to want to give this a try. Doesn't that just look amazing? This looks absolutely phenomenal. Just world class again. We want to kind of save this juice, because we are going to put this back into the warmer. All right, that was successful. Looks absolutely just world class. Let's give these things a try. We're going to go ahead and see how they pull apart. Oh, they pull apart real nice. These are ribs. What are we looking like? Yeah. See? Looking real nice. We're going to get a couple of these bones off. Look absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's give these things a try on camera. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have that rib right in front of you. I apologize for eating in front of you, but these look absolutely world class. Could not be happier with the result. They're not 100% fall off the bone, but they are absolutely perfect. Let's see. Salute. Nice clean bite. That's what a rib's all about, people. Smoke flavor is very there. Sweet, sassy, kind of salty. All right, there's one. You know we do too. Here we are. Look, there's another one. We did put a little bit of a glaze because I'm a saucer. That is a phenomenal baby back. Wow. Has a little bit of bite to it. Does not really super fall off the bone, but almost there. Absolutely perfect rib. See? It's still holding. Wow. Whoop. I got all of myself. Guys, these were absolutely phenomenal. Just absolutely, just awesome. One more bite. You know what? Last rack of ribs I did, we did a turn and burn rib on my 36, where we were just constantly, turning it, cooking 350 degrees. I thought low and slow ribs were completely done for me. No. Thanks very much for watching. Have a good one. We'll see you later.